Unleashing Your Purpose, the Power of Taking Off the Limits. Welcome to a transformative journey that will challenge your perceptions, push you beyond your comfort zone, and ultimately empower you to embrace your true potential. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's not just about success or achievement, but something far more fundamental and transformative. We're exploring the profound concept of never allowing others to hinder your vision or your progress. I have the incredible privilege of sharing with you the life changing insights I gained from interviewing Aleta Roundtree Mathis, a visionary leader whose impact on making the world a better place is truly awe inspiring. Her wisdom and experiences have the power to transform lives, and I'm thrilled to delve into the valuable lessons she shared with me. Aleta Roundtree. Mathis is more than just a successful entrepreneur or motivational speaker. She's a beacon of hope, a catalyst for change, and a living testament to the power of embracing one's purpose without limits. Her work has touched countless lives, inspiring individuals to break free from self imposed limitations and societal expectations. Through her unwavering commitment to authenticity and her relentless pursuit of positive change, Aletta has become a driving force in reshaping how we think about personal growth, success, and the impact we can have on the world. Now, let's pause for a moment and reflect. How often do we find ourselves in the role of cheerleader, supporter, or sideline applauder as others chase their dreams and reach for the stars? While there's undoubtedly beauty in supporting others, there's a hidden danger we rarely acknowledge. In our enthusiasm to lift others up, we sometimes neglect our own purpose, our own calling. But what if I told you that understanding your God given purpose could change everything? What if I said that by truly embracing who you're meant to be, you could not only fulfill your own destiny, but also positively impact countless lives along the way? This isn't about selfishness, it's about alignment. It's about recognizing that when we step into our purpose, we're not just serving ourselves, we're serving the world in the most profound way possible. Think back to a time when you held back, when you dimmed your light because you were afraid it might outshine someone else's, when you hesitated to take that leap because the voice in your head whispered, "Who do you think you are?" We've all been there. It's a universal human experience. But here's the truth that a letter so powerfully conveyed. Taking the limits off isn't just an option, it's a necessity. Imagine for a moment what our world would look like if every single person fully embraced their purpose without fear or worry about whether they would succeed. Can you picture it? The innovation, the compassion, the solutions to problems we thought were unsolvable. There's a fundamental truth that we often overlook. There is no failure in doing good. Let that sink in for a moment. When we act in alignment with our purpose, when we strive to make a positive impact, we cannot fail. Sure, we might face setbacks, we might encounter obstacles, but failure, that's not part of the equation when you're on the right path. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. In fact, Aleta made it clear that there will be roadblocks, there will be adversity. But here's where the magic happens. It's in overcoming these challenges that we achieve our greatest results. Resilience. It's a word we hear often, but do we truly understand its power? Resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about bouncing forward. It's about using every setback, every obstacle as a stepping stone to something greater. When we embrace resilience, we're not just overcoming challenges, we're transforming them into our greatest assets. Every roadblock becomes a lesson. Every setback becomes a setup for a comeback. And in the end, we don't just achieve our goals, we surpass them in ways we never imagined possible. But here's the truly beautiful part. When we walk this path, when we embrace our purpose and face our challenges head on, we're not just changing our own lives, we're creating a ripple effect that touches everyone around us. Think about it. When you pursue your dreams with unwavering determination, you become a living, breathing testament to what's possible. Your journey, with all its ups and downs, becomes a source of inspiration for others who were standing where you once stood, wondering if they have what it takes to chase their dreams. You become the story that someone else needs to hear, the testimony that gives another person the courage to take that first step. You become living proof that it's possible to overcome, to achieve, to thrive. And isn't that what we're all here for? To lift each other up, to show each other what's possible, to create a world where everyone feels empowered to pursue their purpose. Now, let me share with you a powerful story that illustrates this point. Aletta told me about Sarah, a young woman who had always dreamed of starting a nonprofit organization to help underprivileged children access quality education. For years, Sarah hesitated, held back by fear and self doubt. She worried about what others would think, whether she had the necessary skills, and if she could truly make a difference. But one day, Sarah decided to take the limits off. She embraced her purpose and took that first terrifying step. She started small, tutoring a few children in her community. It wasn't perfect, and there were plenty of challenges along the way, but Sarah persevered. As she continued to show up day after day, her impact grew. More children joined her program. Volunteers came on board, inspired by her dedication. Local businesses began to offer support. 5 years later, Sarah's organization was providing educational support to hundreds of children across the city. But the impact didn't stop there. Parents reported improved relationships with their children. Teachers noticed increased engagement in the classroom. And the children themselves, they were dreaming bigger, reaching higher, and believing in possibilities they had never before imagined. Sarah's story is a powerful reminder of what can happen when we embrace our purpose and refuse to let fear hold us back. Her journey wasn't just about personal success, it was about creating a ripple effect of positive change that touched countless lives. Now, I want to pause for a moment and acknowledge something important. This journey isn't always smooth sailing. There will be moments of doubt, moments when you question everything, moments when giving up seems like the easiest option. But here's what Aleta wants you to remember: these moments don't define you, they refine you. They're the fire that forges your strength, your resilience, your unwavering commitment to your purpose. So, how do we navigate these challenging times? How do we stay true to our path when the going gets tough? First, we need to recognize that doubt is a natural part of the journey. It's not a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's often a sign that you're pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. And that, my friends, is where growth happens. Second, we need to surround ourselves with people who believe in us, people who see our potential even when we can't see it ourselves. These are the people who will lift us up when we stumble, who will remind us of our purpose when we lose sight of it. So, third, and perhaps most importantly, we need to cultivate an unwavering belief in ourselves and our purpose. This isn't about ego or arrogance. It's about recognizing the unique gifts that you bring to the world and honoring them. Remember, your purpose isn't just about you. It's about the impact you're meant to have on the world. It's about the lives you're meant to touch, the problems you're meant to solve, the light you're meant to shine. So I want you to take a moment right now. Close your eyes if you're in a safe place to do so. Take a deep breath. And I want you to picture yourself fully stepping into your purpose. What does it look like? How does it feel? What impact are you having on the world around you? Hold on to that vision. Let it fuel you. Let it guide you. Because that vision, that's not just a dream. It's a glimpse of what's possible when you take the limits off and fully embrace who you're meant to be. Now, let's talk about fear for a moment. Fear is often the biggest obstacle standing between us and our dreams. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. But here's the thing about fear: it's often a sign that we're on the right track. Fear shows up when we're pushing ourselves beyond our comfort zones, when we're stepping into new territory, when we're growing. So instead of letting fear hold us back, what if we learned to see it as a signpost, a signal that we're moving in the right direction? Aleta shared a powerful perspective on this. She said that fear is often just false evidence appearing real. It's our mind creating worst case scenarios that rarely, if ever, come to pass. So the next time fear shows up, I want you to pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, is this fear based on reality, or is it just my mind trying to keep me safe in my comfort zone? More often than not, you'll find that your fears are unfounded. And even if there is a real risk involved, is that risk greater than the risk of not pursuing your purpose, of not living up to your full potential? Let me share another story that Aleta told me, one that beautifully illustrates this point. Meet Michael, a successful corporate executive who had always harbored a secret passion for sustainable agriculture. For years, he pushed this dream aside, convinced that it was too risky to leave his stable job and pursue something so different. But the call of his purpose grew louder and louder until he could no longer ignore it. Despite his fears of financial instability, of failure, of judgment from others, Michael decided to take the leap. He started small, converting his backyard into an urban garden. He faced countless challenges: crop failures, skepticism from neighbors, his own self doubt. But he persevered, driven by his passion and his belief in the importance of sustainable food systems. Today, Michael runs a thriving urban farming initiative that not only provides fresh, organic produce to his community, but also educates people about sustainable living. His fear didn't disappear overnight, but he learned to see it as a sign that he was on the right path, pushing beyond his comfort zone and into a life of purpose and impact. Michael's story reminds us that our greatest fears often guard our greatest potential. When we learn to see fear not as a stop sign, but as a green light urging us forward, we open ourselves up to extraordinary possibilities. Now, let's talk about something that often goes hand in hand with fear: perfectionism. How many of us have held ourselves back because we were waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect set of circumstances? Here's the truth: perfection is a myth, it's an illusion that keeps us stuck, that prevents us from taking action. And action, my friends, is where the magic happens. Aleta emphasized the importance of progress over perfection. She shared that it's better to take imperfect action than to wait for perfect conditions that may never come. Think about it this way: every step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goals. Every action, even if it's not perfect, is teaching you something valuable. It's refining your skills, building your confidence, and bringing you closer to where you want to be. So I challenge you to embrace imperfect action, to start before you feel ready, to take that first step, even if you can't see the entire staircase. Remember, your purpose isn't waiting for you to be perfect. It's waiting for you to be present, to show up day after day and do the work, to keep moving forward, even when the path isn't clear. Now, and let's talk about something that's often overlooked in discussions about success and purpose: the power of authenticity. In a world that often pressures us to conform, to fit into predetermined molds, embracing your authentic self can feel like a radical act. But here's the truth: your authenticity is your superpower. When you show up as your true self, when you honor your unique gifts and perspectives, you bring something to the table that no one else can. You create connections that are genuine and lasting. You inspire others to embrace their own authenticity. Aleta shared a powerful insight on this. She said that our authenticity is what allows us to connect deeply with others, to make a lasting impact, and to find true fulfillment in our work. So I want you to think about where in your life you might be holding back your true self. Where are you dimming your light to fit in? Where are you compromising your values or beliefs to please others? Now, imagine what might change if you fully embraced your authenticity in those areas. How might your relationships deepen? How might your work become more meaningful? How might you inspire others to do the same? This isn't about being selfish or disregarding others. It's about recognizing that when we honor our true selves, we're better equipped to serve others. We're able to bring our full selves to our relationships, our work, our communities. And here's something powerful to consider: when you embrace your authenticity, you give others permission to do the same. You create a ripple effect of authenticity and genuine connection that can transform not just your life, but the lives of everyone you touch. Let me share one last story that Aleta told me, one that beautifully illustrates the power of authenticity. Meet Elena, a talented artist who had always felt pressured to pursue a more practical career. For years, she worked in marketing, pushing her passion for art to the sidelines. But the more Elena tried to fit into the corporate world, the more disconnected and unfulfilled she felt. She was good at her job, but it didn't light her up. It didn't allow her to express her true self. One day, inspired by a talk about authenticity and purpose, Elena decided to take a risk. She started sharing her art on social media, not polished or perfect, but raw and real. She opened up about her journey, her struggles, her dreams. To her surprise, people responded. They connected with her authenticity, her vulnerability, her unique artistic vision. What started as a side project soon grew into a thriving business. Elena now makes a living as a full-time artist, teaching others to embrace their creativity and authenticity. But the impact goes beyond her personal success. Elena's students often tell her that her classes have helped them reconnect with their own passions, to embrace their authentic selves in all areas of their lives. By being true to herself, Elena created a ripple effect of authenticity and self-expression that continues to touch lives. Elena's story reminds us that when we embrace our authenticity, we not only find our own fulfillment, but also create space for others to do the same. Our authenticity is not just a gift to ourselves, it's a gift to the world. As we near the end of our time together, I want to circle back to where we started. Remember, this journey isn't just about personal success or achievement, it's about something much bigger. It's about recognizing that your purpose, your dreams, your authentic self, they're not just for you. They're gifts that you've been given to share with the world. They're the unique contribution that only you can make. When you embrace your purpose, when you take the limits off, when you show up authentically day after day, you're not just changing your own life, you're changing the world around you. You become a beacon of possibility for others, a living, breathing example of what's possible when we dare to dream big, when we refuse to let fear hold us back, when we commit to our purpose with unwavering determination. Your journey becomes a testimony that gives others hope. Your resilience in the face of adversity becomes an inspiration that lifts others up. Your authenticity creates a space where others feel safe to be their true selves. So, as we conclude, I want to leave you with a challenge, a call to action that I believe has the power to transform not just your life, but the lives of countless others. I challenge you to take the limits off, to dare to dream bigger than you ever have before, to embrace your purpose with every fiber of your being. I challenge you to face your fears head on, to take imperfect action, to show up authentically in every area of your life. I challenge you to see every obstacle not as a roadblock, but as an opportunity for growth, to view every setback not as a failure, but as a stepping stone to something greater. And most importantly, I challenge you to remember that your journey isn't just about you. It's about the impact you're meant to have on the world. It's about the lives you're meant to touch, the problems you're meant to solve, the light you're meant to shine. Because here's the truth, the world needs your gifts. It needs your passion, your creativity, your unique perspective. It needs the change that only you can bring. So don't hold back. Don't dim your light. Don't let anyone or anything hinder your vision or your progress. Take the limits off. Embrace your purpose. Show up authentically and watch as you not only transform your own life, but become a catalyst for transformation in the lives of others. Remember the words of Aleta Roundtree Mathis. There is no failure in doing good, so go out there and do good. Be resilient, be authentic, be purposeful. The world is waiting for what only you can bring. It's time to answer that call. As you leave here today, I want you to carry with you the stories of Sarah, Michael, and Elena. Let their journeys remind you of what's possible when you embrace your purpose, face your fears, and show up authentically. I want you to remember that every great change, every world altering innovation, every life changing movement started with one person who dared to take the limits off. And now it's your turn. What limit will you remove today? What step will you take towards your purpose? How will you show up more authentically in your life? The answers to these questions have the power to change not just your life, but the lives of everyone you touch. They have the power to create a ripple effect of positive change that extends far beyond what you can see or imagine. So go forth with courage, with determination, with the unshakable belief that you have something unique and valuable to offer the world. Take the limits off. Embrace your purpose. Change the world. The time is now. The person is you. Thank you.